So today is our day 2 of Power BI. We have opened Power BI desktop by after installing it, and after installing Power BI desktop we want to connect a data set. This data set is called sample superstore data set. We have changed a few things. Now order date is date. You can see the data type here. Ship date is date. Okay, so you can see when you are in your Excel file, you can see sales is general, so you can say sales is currency, right? And you can choose currency from here, like is it euro, it is United States. So you can do these things in Excel file also, and we can do these things in Power BI also, which we will do later. So once you have your data set that you have to analyze, just open Power BI desktop. In Power BI desktop, click on get data and click on your X, because this file is what? It is in Excel format, right? Its extension is XLSX. So the first way we are doing is connecting an Excel file. The first project that we are doing. So we will connect this Excel file and we will go to that folder where we have saved the Excel file. So we have saved the Excel file in E drive, so sample superstore dataset. I will provide you this Excel file. You can put it in your computer. You can open Power BI desktop and then you can connect it. When you will open an Excel file, so in an Excel file, we can have multiple sheets. Okay. Saurabh, is it clear? Saurabh and Shadat, is it clear that in an Excel file, we can have multiple sheets, right? The first sheet is representing orders this company received. Okay. The second sheet is saying what? The orders that were returned, like that may be a faulty product or customer did not like the product. Now these are two tables. My question to you, what is the common column between these two tables? Order ID, right? You can see order ID. Here also we have order ID. Here also we have order ID. Common, right? So when we have a common column between two tables, we can join them, right? Which we will learn later. So then we have another table called people. Okay. In people table, we have person and region. In order table, which is our primary table, we will see region somewhere. This. Can you see? Region can be central, east, south, west. So this is the salesperson. So my simple question, Kelly Williams is salesperson of central region, right? Yes or no? Right? So if we have to see orders that were processed by Kelly, what we have to do? What we will go here and select only central, right? We will go here, select and only central. So these are all the orders that was that are because of Kelly's region, right? So you can do these kind of filtering. So we will learn that later. When you have multiple sheets in your Excel file and when you will open it with Power BI, it will show you those tables. Like it is showing you order, people, and return. Okay. Is it clear to you? The only thing that I have done is I have created these tables in Excel. Okay. So forget about it. I will just teach you how to do that. So here order, people and return, we will connect them, but you will see an issue here. Here all the rows and columns are properly aligned. Shadat, समझ रहा है? Shadat, Saurabh, can you see that, right? They are aligned. In people table, are they? So column name is given wrong, na? Like person and region are column names. This is wrong, yes or no? Wrong. Returned? Wrong. We should not be seeing column here, right? So then if data is perfect, we select load. याद कर लो, everyone remember, right? If data is all perfect, like if we were seeing it in all these three cases, we would simply load the data. We don't need to transform it. But this needs transformation and correction. Yes or no? Like we cannot read it like that, right? Column 1, column 2, because column name is what? If you see the file, column name is person and region, right? Here it is showing as column 1, column 2, wrong. So in that case, we click on transform data. So when we are studying Power BI, with Power BI, there comes another uh, tool that is called Power Query Editor. Can you see? Power Query Editor. What is the role of Power Query Editor? Power Query Editor helps us in transformation of data, in cleaning of data, changing data types, like a lot of things that we have to do to make the data perfect for analysis. Data cleaning, munging, etc. Transformation can be done. Now, here we have three tables. This, do we have any problem in this table? Do we have right now? Correct. Here, wrong. So you will click on this and say use first row as header. Now it's correct. You will click on this and click use first row as header. Okay. So now Power Query Editor has helped us with, you know, fixing this. And now what we can do, we can click here, okay, and we can say close and apply. What is meant by close and apply? That now close the Power Query Editor. Our work is done now. Power Query Editor will have separate chapters, so I will teach you in great detail. Okay, so we can simply close and apply. And yeah, so you are asking, can we change something else, right? So see, what happens is when it's when we did this, right? Let's say I'm giving you an example. Let's say we have order date. We want to see what is the data type. So you can right click here and change type. It is date. Is it correct? Yes. If it was not date, suppose it was appearing wrong, so we can change it from here, right? Ship date, change type, something. If suppose a number is appearing as a text, so let's see sales. Now question is, this is showing as 1.2, change type. It is showing as decimal number. So sales is a decimal number, right? Yes or? So it is correct. Quantity as a whole number. We just discussed this, right? That in case of quantity, we can either order 2, 3 different units, right? So it will be a whole number. Discount of a decimal value. Profit, change type. So it is checked as decimal value. And Shraddha, for Power Query Editor, because it is a tool in itself, right? So we will have a separate set of lectures for it. You get my point? You can see so many options here. Transform, add column. So Power Query Editor is a common tool between Excel, Power BI and other Power platforms. And Power, you can see transpose data, reverse row, count row, detect data type, rename, replace a value, pivot column, unpivot column, right? You can see convert to list, split column, and so on. Let me give you a very basic example. What is customer name? It is given as Claire Gut, Darren Van Huff, etc. etc. Right? Suppose we want to make this column as first name and last name column. So what we can do, we can click split by delimiter, and we will use a space as a delimiter. Click OK. Now you can see Claire alag, Gut is separate, right? And some people have three names like Darren Van Huff. So they are splitted into three columns, right? Now what has happened? It has done two steps. Split column, change type. So if you don't want that, you can get back to your original. So split values, merge values, extract, parse. It has a huge set of roles to play, and it will take 7 or 8 different lectures to understand Power Query in its own. Okay, so we will do that. Right now, whatever you have done, you can simply, when you want to save your changes, so you have to click close and apply. I don't want to do anything, so I will simply close. Okay, is it clear? Now, in Power BI, you can see we have different panes. Okay, this area here is the area where you will build your graphs. Okay, you remember the graphs that we just showed you, right? All of these graphs you can see are built in that area. Okay, so the area that you see here will be used to build graphs. This area will decide what kind of visualization do we have to build, and this area is called data pane, where our data resides. Okay, this is our home tab. In our home tab, we can create a new visual, we can add a text box here, we can download more visuals, like we have some uh, 24 25 visuals here, and we can add more visuals from Power BI, so which I will show you how to do. New measure, quick measure. So in Power BI, there is Power Query Editor, okay, and there is a very important thing called DAX. DAX is a short form for data analysis expressions. These are like formulas, right? Formulas and functions and expressions to do calculations. So for DAX, we will do approximately 20 classes or 20 different sessions. Is it okay? DAX is the most important thing in Power BI. So you can click on new measure. Power BI is creating a new measure. This measure, that means this field was not originally there in the data set, but we are creating it. Let's say I am naming this measure as Saurabh measure. Okay, so that you can understand, we are calling it Saurabh measure. Let's say this measure will find what is total sales. So my question is, To find total sales, what aggregate function will you use? I am listing some aggregate functions. Sum, count, minimum, maximum. Every one of you, Saurabh, Shadat and Mohan, you write down. कहीं पे इसको लिख लो, write it down somewhere. That these are the aggregate functions. Sum, count, minimum, max, variance, standard deviation. We will understand meaning of these things later, but you have to understand. An average. So if we have to find total sales value, which function will you use for total sales value? You can answer wrong also. It's not something bad. Standard deviation. It's a statistical measure to find out how close or far different data points are there in a variable. We will learn that. I am asking you, what is total sales value? So which aggregate function will you use? Sum, right? Like you have 10 orders. In one order you got 200 rupees, other got 300, other got 400. So end of the day what will you do? You will sum all of them and say this is our final amount. If I ask you on how much did you receive per order, how much money did you make per order, then what will you do? You will do average, right? Average is on the basis of per order, but we will see later. So we are creating a simple measure here, and we will write sum, and then after sum we will write sales. So this is how it will show you sum order sales. So this is how you will write DAX, although we are not studying DAX right now. This is something we will study later, but now you will see Saurabh measure is created. If I will click Saurabh measure and drag here, this will show me a graph. That Saurabh measure has a value 22,97,200.86, right? So this is the total value of sales this company has got. So we will learn DAX later. Let me drop it from the model. So we will use that later. Now we will click on text box. Okay. Everyone watch it one more time. So we are in the home tab. We will click on text box and then we will write sales analysis pro sales analysis dashboard, yeah, sales analysis report, whatever you want to call it. We are calling it sales analysis dashboard. And now after selecting the font, we will increase its size. We will make it bold, italic. We will align it to center. We will choose a different font size. Let's say I go with Comic Sans MS. We can reduce its height with, we can select the font once again, go to font color menu. From here we can select a different font color. Suppose I want to display it in a purple. So you can display this. Is it clear? A simple way to insert a text box. Now we can align it to center. Let's create our first visual. So in sales analysis, you would like to see what is total sales, how many total orders do we have, right? So the first visual that we will learn is a card visual. Okay, this is what a card visual. We will click on the card visual. It will bring a card visual here. Now see one important thing. When I have clicked somewhere else, so now we don't have anything selected. But when I will click on this, you will see field and you will see this highlighted. When I have clicked somewhere else, no visual is highlighted. See, can you see? Now it is highlighted. Do you see the difference? So whatever visual you have dragged from your visualization pane, so that visual you can resize, reposition anywhere. Okay, and then you can bring sales amount either here or as a field here. So when you will drag sales amount, let's see one more time. So our blank page is there. We click on card. This will create a card. A card is what? A display information. We resize the card. Then in field, we drag sales. Now very important thing before that, Power BI is showing sigma sign for some field, calendar for some fields, and nothing for other. So because in our data set, we know that there are four numbers: sale, quantity, discount, profit. So you can see discount, sigma sign, postal code. Well, postal code is a number, but we cannot consider it as a number. Profit, quantity, sales, and row ID. That means every row's ID. So if the data type of that particular field is a number, so Power BI will put a sigma sign. If the data type of that field is a order date, like date, you can see date here. So Power BI will put a calendar sign over here. So this is important. Now in these cards, we usually display summaries, and that we call as KPIs, key performance indicators, which I will explain you later. But let's say we just want to see what is total sales here. So what you will do, you will just drag sales here from here and it will automatically show you sum of sales. Okay, 2.3 million. You can go here and select average sales, minimum sales, maximum sales, count of sales, standard deviation of sales, etc., etc. So let's keep it sum. So when you have selected sum of sales, now this card visual is showing us some data. Now in one visual, we can will do formatting tomorrow. So in one visual, if we resize it, okay, and we make a copy of it. So this is another visual. This is our page background. Okay, so this is page information canvas background. This is canvas background. What is color? White. What if we want little bit dark color? Okay, transparency 100%. We want less transparency. So from here we can select page and we can go to page setting and we can change the page background. In the page we can add images also, which we will see later. So I've just changed the page background so that our visuals are highlighted. So we have selected sum of sales. What if we want to show what is minimum or average sales? So you can see sum of sales 2.3 million, average sales 229.86. Now very important thing, when you will select a visual, right now a visual is selected, you will have three options here. You can go to format your visual. In format your visual, you will see, because we have selected a card visual, so we see a call out value and category label. Okay, So this call out value is 45. If we increase its size, you can see call out value increasing. So this call out value is the value that we are calling out, like sum. If we reduce it to 35, this is our sum of sales, right? Then here we here we changed it. Here we again have to do the same thing. So what we can do in Power BI, there is format painter. So we can copy and paste. So you can click one element, copy it and paste it. So that way you will have the same styling copied. And we will discuss this a lot. You don't have to worry about that. The question is, how is Power BI showing it in million? Like if it is a number, it should show it as a number. So the thing is, in your format visual, in your callout value, we have more features. One feature is display unit. Display unit can be 1000. So now it is displaying you in 1000 K. K is 1000. Millions, million, billions, 0 billion because in billion the number is too small, or trillion, also 0 trillion because number is too small. If we just do auto, it will automatically decide which is the best way to display it. If you do none, then it will show you the number, the 22,97,200.86. Is it okay? So I know it is too much to digest at once, like we are doing a lot, but just try these things, just play with it. It's not a very difficult thing. Just play with these visuals, put them, go to format visuals. Let's change their color. Let's change the color to this color, right? You can see. So I have changed color here. I have to change it again. So I click it, click format, copy. So now we can change. Now the thing is, this was in million, so this is also in million, but actually average sales will not be in millions. So here we can say, here we want to display it in thousands or none, whatever you want to see. So this is 229.86 per sale, like per order row we have made $229. Okay. Similarly, we can make a copy. Let's say we want to find out how much quantity has been ordered. So we will drag quantity here. So this will show sum of quantity. We can rename for this visual. So sum of quantity, rename total quantity. We can rename it. Let's create another copy. Here we will bring profit. Sum of profit, we will again go back. So this is something we have to go back and forth. If sales is in million, let's see profit also in million. Profit is 0.29 million when sales is 2.3 million, right? So this is what is giving us some kind of performance data also. And then we can also find out discount, like how much total discount have we given. Again, call out value for discount, we have a different unit. So we have given total of 1561.09. So this is our sales analysis dashboard. This is simple KPIs. This is your today's task. I know because as a beginner it is sometimes overwhelming. Too much is happening. But that's why we are just doing card visuals. And that's what we will see in most of my reports. That I create these KPIs on top, like here, like here. So these KPIs give a good summary. KPI. What is KPI? Key performance indicators. Like to see the performance of company or sales. So key performance indicators. Okay. KPIs. So we will see how to create them, and tomorrow when we will connect, we will discuss more about them. You would have downloaded your Power BI desktop, you would have connected this data set, and whatever problems you have, you can discuss it with us. Like yesterday we also connected the same data set. We were having problem in date. You have to remember, when date is properly read in Power BI, it shows date like a hierarchy. Like you can separate different date parts. Year, quarter, month and day will be separate. Let's say I'm just showing you example, although I will teach you. If date is wrong, you will not see this. Okay, this is showing that in date you have year, a quarter, a month and a day part. So let's say you want to see quarter wise sales. So you can take any graph from here. You want to see quarter wise sales. So you can take quarter on x axis, sales on y axis, and you can see quarter wise sales, sum of sales by quarter. Okay, if you want to see, don't want to see quarter wise, you want to see month wise, you can drag month here and you will be able to see month wise. Now based on this we can tell what, that maximum sale is in November, minimum sale is in February. So this is what you can get. So Saurabh, Shadad and Mohan, will you try this much today and let me know? Yeah. Whatever problem you are facing, you can ask me in WhatsApp also, right? Or you can connect. So today's, now we are all set. We will, in our next class, we will create a more detailed dashboard, right? And most importantly, we will learn why did I choose line chart. Like I would have selected stacked column chart, I would have selected ribbon chart or a tree map or a gauge chart or a donut chart. Why I preferred line chart? When we prefer line chart, when we prefer a bar chart, what type of data can be displayed in a funnel chart? This is all we will learn. How to use Python visual, how to use this slicer. All of this is something we are going to learn in upcoming chapters. Okay, so we'll see each other next time.